Hi, welcome to This Week in Ames. I'm Susan Guiazda. On today's show, we'll check in with the Public Works Department. My guest today is Dale Weber, who's the Operations Supervisor with Public Works. Dale, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
It seems like about every year, about this time of year, we have you on the show to talk a little bit about your department and some of the big things that you have planned in the spring. Tell me a little bit about your job.
I'm in charge of the water distribution, wastewater collection for the city of Ames. So we have about 240 miles of water mains, about 2,700 fire hydrants. Also have about 240 miles of sanitary sewer lines throughout the city, from 8-inch up to 66-inch.
And up until about this time of the year, one of the things that keeps you really busy is water main breaks.
That is correct.
And that is a phenomenon that often happens when there's changes in temperature.
Yeah, typically it's December, January, February seems to be our busy months. Then we see around 5 to 7 water main breaks a month there.
And are we on schedule this year?
We're a little below normal, which is nice. The frost wasn't very deep. The moisture that we had in December helped. So usually it's that kind of freeze-thaw cycle, and the ground either extremely wet or extremely cold or extremely dry that seems to have the most impact on us for water main breaks.
Now, somebody might not realize what a water main break is until they see it, and then they really do know. What do you typically see?
Most of the ones we see, it's like when the pipe does break, we can see water boiling up. Sometimes we do get calls about sump pumps that are discharging when it's wet, typically kind of a springtime event. But typically those only run for about a minute or two, and then they'll stop coming to the surface. Some of the big breaks we've had it seems like more than normal on the larger breaks, 12-inch mains or larger, and we were flooding some streets.
So you really know that there's something that is not right.
It's pretty obvious if the water is curb to curb and running down the street like a river that, yeah, it's a
gurgling,
big
bubbling,
problem.
Geyser.
Yes.
Geyser is bad.
Yeah, geyser is bad.
Okay. So, and if you've noticed this, what do you want people to do?
Usually what we try and do is have them contact the water plant. There's somebody at the water treatment plant 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So if they can call 239-5150, they will get the operator or one of the secretaries there.
And somebody will always answer that phone.
Somebody will always answer that, and then we can get our first responder person that's on call out there to investigate and kind of start the process of, yes, is it a water main break? And if it is, where we start getting hold of utilities, trying to get things started marked, getting a crew en route, and start shutting valves.
So people know about the police and the fire department and even the electric crews being on 24/7, but you always have people ready to go as well.
Yep, that's true. Like I say, probably 75% of what we do is responding to emergencies. So if it's a water main break, a sewer backup, or we get into major snowstorms, flood events, like the storm that went through here just the other day. If there's a tornado or heavy winds where there's tree branches, things down, we seem to get involved.
One of the big things you do in the spring is the hydrant flushing program, and I've been amazed over just the last few years how that used to be a 5 or 6 week process. You've gotten it down to about 2 weeks?
We're usually around 10 days now. Okay. So we have kind of, I guess, put more of a priority on it. When it would draw out to multiple weeks, it kind of was more, customer service wasn't, I guess, the best served. We've got 7 or 8 people typically now that we've got out flushing fire hydrants. We've really gotten pretty automated as far as using iPads to monitor where we're at, having our web-based map so that people can go out there and look and see, okay, when are they going to get to my neighborhood? We have really cut down on the number of phone calls we used to get. We get calls like, well, when are you going to be to my house? And
now people can see it from this real-time map that is linked right off our website that shows all those hydrants red initially,
yes,
and then they turn to green.
Turn to green as we flush them, and so they can kind of see, when we're close, and just like I say, within about, I think, 5 or 10 minutes from when we flush a fire hydrant, it will change colors, and so they can see the progress in almost real time.
So people see the crews out there, they see the hydrants open, the water's coming out of it. I think a lot of people want to know why. Why do we flush the hydrants?
A lot of this is preventive maintenance. Sometimes normal winters, we see hydrants that are damaged from cars slipping and sliding with the snow, or even snow removal, where the trucks get close enough where they're actually hitting a fire hydrant. So we're checking out the fire hydrant operation so that it's available in emergencies. We're operating the hydrant so that the mineral buildup in the mains, the rust, as most people will recognize it as, that helps kind of scour the rust off and improve the water quality.
And what it does do is it can stir up some sediment, which people can end up experiencing in their homes. So what do you recommend that they do?
The best thing is if they can not use water, or at least not use hot water when that happens. They want to run the cold water faucet, make sure that it's clear before they would do laundry or run hot water. There is rust remover available. The 3 fire stations have that.
So if you miss the signs in your neighborhood and you accidentally put in the load of laundry, don't dry it.
Don't dry it. You want to keep that wet, and then get some of the rust remover.
And they're just like little tablets.
It's just a little bottle. I suppose it's probably a fourth a cup, and it has instructions right on it. Tells you how to use it, and kind of run that through the wash, rewash that, and that should take care of most of them.
So what date are we planning to start hydrant flushing this year?
We will start on Wednesday, March 29th, and like I say, we're expecting it to last 10 days. So if everything goes well, the following Friday, we will be completed and just going back to where we are making repairs on fire hydrants that we find issues with.
In a couple of ways, you can look on the website to check if hydrants in your area have been flushed, and that's an easy way to do it, but also there's usually signboards up.
Yes, usually we've got a couple message boards that we are moving each day as we are going along, kind of letting people know that we're flushing fire hydrants in the area. And so that, sometimes is a good reminder for all of us. It's like, all right, yeah, they are getting closer. So,
well, it sounds like it's a busy time of the year for you. Dale, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
If you want more information about the hydrant flushing program, remember you can check out that hydrant flushing map on our website, cityofames.org/hydrants. It will give you a real-time map of where the crews are at and which hydrants have been flushed. So really fun to check out. Some other things coming up in March. Remember, on Saturday, March 25th, we'll be holding our annual Eco Fair in the Community Center Gymnasium. So you'll want to check out that from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. this year. We're starting a little early. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for This Week in Ames.